Hello, everybody. I want to say thank you for tuning into this exciting webinar. I'm going to present some information that is guaranteed to change someone's life out there. First and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Anthony Tong. I'm a political activist, motivational speaker, and self-made entrepreneur. Today, what I'm going to do is present an exciting business opportunity to you. First of all, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I am from one of the worst neighborhoods in what statistics would consider one of the poorest cities in the United States. So growing up, I felt as if there were limited opportunities for myself and others that were in my community, when in actuality, there was an abundant amount of opportunities. However, in order to see what's not directly in front of you, you have to be willing to think outside of the box. And that's where a lot of young guys make mistakes, people in this world, because they are unable to think outside of the box. They're unable to see the opportunities that are not directly in front of them. When I was young, just like most people, all I seen were limited possibilities because I hadn't yet learned how to think outside of the box. Now, the only way I knew how to survive was to either get a job or look to the streets for a career. And because death and jail are the only things promised in the streets, I went and found a low-paying job. Now, I've worked every type of job that you can think of, from fast food to industrial labor to call centers to retail sales, and it took me a while to realize that this was not the life for me. Working hard at another person's job, building another person's dream, helping to make another person rich, and then barely making enough money to pay my own bills. I told myself then that this wasn't my destiny. I told myself that I was going to somehow get on the other side of the spectrum, so I prayed on it. Now, I'm a firm believer that God has the power to completely alter a person's life with one life-changing event. And I remember when it happened to me. A good friend from college contacted me and said that he had stumbled on a way that he felt like that we could make some serious income. And from the looks of it, there wasn't a limit to how much we could actually make. Now, this immediately aroused my interest, not to mention the fact that he was a close friend of mine and I trusted his judgment as a businessman. So I met with him and he shared some information with me, similar to the information that I'm about to share with you today. Now, I may not be the smartest person in the world, but I am very logical and analytical. And everything that I was hearing was making a lot of sense. So I jumped in head first and I haven't looked back since. And I can honestly say it was the best decision that I have ever made in my life. Now, all I ask is that if this information makes as much sense to you as it did to me, let's go ahead and get started so that we can both make some money together. Sound fair enough? Wonderful. Now, before I even get started, I would like to urge everyone out there listening to grab a pen and a piece of paper so you're able to take notes, because you do not want to miss any of the information that's going to be provided to you today in this video. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump right in so we can get started. I don't want to waste any of your time. The company that I will be discussing today is called 5 Links. It's a wonderful company. It's definitely changed my life. Now, some people's reason for joining this company and creating their own business is so they have more time to spend with their families. Now, in today's society, many of us catch ourselves working so many jobs, so many hours just to make ends meet that we fail to spend those precious moments with our family. We're unable to spend the time that we want to within our household. Other people join this company because they simply want to diversify their income. They want multiple streams of income. Now, I can pretty much assume that everyone can agree that they could use and they would appreciate another source of income. Now, some people join this company so that they're able to pay off debt, whether it's credit card debt, debt that's acquired from student loans, or what have you. Some people actually join this company so that they're able to put money back for future endeavors like vacations or for a child's college fund. Now, the reason why I got started in this business is because I watched my mother and I watched my father work like slaves for their entire life to barely make ends meet, to barely pay their bills. And at the end of the day, all that they really had was their love for each other. And you and I both know that love doesn't pay the bills. And I found myself slipping into that same situation, into the 40-40-40 curse. And let me explain what the 40-40-40 curse is. The 40-40-40 curse is going to try to find a job that will give you 40 hours a week. And when you finally get that job that gives you 40 hours a week, you work hard, you try to work up the chain of commands from employee to manager to supervisor. And you do this for 40 years of your life, 40 long, hard years of your life. And then after 40 years of you working on this job, slaving away, finally it's time for you to retire. When you finally do retire, all you're able to actually receive is about 40% of what you've put into your Social Security. Now, you and I both know that's not the way to retire. How many times have you ran into somebody older who said they can't afford this or they can't afford that because they're on a fixed income? Now, I didn't want to see myself sliding into the same situation because a wise man told me when I was young that if you work hard while you're young, you're going to end up working hard for the rest of your life. And I didn't want that to be me. I didn't want that to be my children. I didn't want to fall into a situation where I worked hard, pedal to the metal, and at the end of the day, I barely had enough money to survive. Now, moving on, what I want to do is tell you a little bit more about our company, which once again is called 5 Links. Now, this company was founded in 2001. Now, our co-founders have over 60 years of combined experience. So these guys definitely know what they're talking about. Not to mention, over the past 4 years, which has to be the worst economic time of our country, this company has seen an 800% growth increase in sales and representatives. So that's definitely telling you that they are doing something right. Not to mention, we just recently built a 50,000 square foot world headquarters right in Rochester, New York, so that the company is able to accommodate the thousands of reps and the needs that we have. One of the best things that I love about this company is that the representatives always come first. Now, I'm pretty sure that, you know, on any average type job, usually the customer comes first. If you say the wrong things or you handle a situation the wrong way, there's a strong possibility that you can be fired or terminated. Well, with this company, the customer doesn't come first. The representative comes first because the company understands that it would not be here without the work of the representatives. That is something that's definitely great to know. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can talk to you until I'm blue in the face and tell you how remarkable and extraordinary this company is, but I am a firm believer that documentation beats conversation any day. Ladies and gentlemen, not too long ago, we just recently hit Wall Street. I, for one, can't out-research the researchers, and the proof is definitely in the pudding. If any of you have ever heard of Inc. 500, it's a publication that tracks the fastest growing companies in the world. From 2006 to 2011, a 5-year span, we were in that publication every year. Now, keep in mind, there's probably 500 companies that you drive by in your city or in your area that you can't name, nor do you know anything about. But this magazine lists the top 500 companies in the world. And we've placed in that magazine for 5 consecutive years. Now, also, if you've ever heard about Success from Home magazine, what this magazine talks about is the most successful at-home businesses that are out today. And yes, guess what? We were in that publication as well. Your Business at Home magazine? Yes, in that publication as well. Direct Selling News Global 100? Yes, in that publication as well. Last but not least, the Rochester Top 100 Company. Yes, we were in that publication as well. Not 1 year, not 2 years, but 5 years in a row. Now, the reason why this company and the individuals involved in this company have become so successful is because they understand the importance in timing and positioning. Now, if you can think back to the 1980s when computers first came out, they were big enough to take up a room. And people probably would have laughed at the idea of someone saying there's going to be a computer in every household in the year 2000. However, the individuals who understood the importance of timing and positioning positioned themselves in this industry. Companies like Apple, companies like Dell, companies like IBM. These companies position themselves, and now today you see them as the titans in this industry. Now, moving on, in the mid-1980s, the country witnessed the deregulation of long-distance calling. Now, if you look in that picture, how long has it been since you've actually seen a phone that looks like that? So it lets you know how far we've come with technology. Now, keep in mind, back then it used to cost an arm and a leg for you to make long-distance calling because there was only one service provider. But through the deregulation of long distance, it allowed other companies to join in on this network and get their piece of the pie. Now, before I move on, I'm pretty sure that everyone is familiar with Sprint, very famous phone company. Do you all know what Sprint first started off as? Well, if you don't know, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Sprint was originally a railroad. However, they understood the importance of timing and positioning in this market, and now they're one of the big powerhouses of cell phone services and long-distance service today. Moving on to the 1990s and the introduction of the internet and the World Wide Web. Now, I remember when I was a child and the internet first came out, it revolutionized computers. It was an extraordinary platform for us to gather information and communicate with each other. And back at that time, not everyone had access to the internet. But now in today's day and age, everyone has to use the internet. And everyone pretty much has internet right in their pocket on their phone. Now let me ask you this question. Is there any of you that's getting paid off of that? If your answer is no, the reason for this is because you didn't properly plant yourself in that industry with the correct timing and positioning to become wealthy. But don't worry, you still have a chance to do so. Moving on to where we're at now, 2012, we have the introduction of the Voice over Internet Protocol, which will completely revolutionize home phones and how we communicate in this day and age. Also, text marketing alerts, energy, just to name a few. Now, while we're on the subject of energy, let me just touch bases and let you know the magnitude of this department in our corporation. Bill Gates himself said that the next industry that will birth the most millionaires is the deregulation of energy. Now, briefly, let me explain exactly what deregulation means. Deregulation means that the energy monopolies that have controlled these markets have now been broken up. What does this mean? This means that other companies are now able to enter the market and offer a more competitive rate, meaning that we will be able to save commercial and residential customers money on both their electricity and their gas. Now, what this is going to do is give a choice to the consumer. Now he doesn't have to go in one direction. He has options about which company that he would like to go with. Not to mention that the energy market is 10 times the size of the telecommunication industry. So this outlet by itself will create hundreds and hundreds of millionaires by default. $500 billion industry. Now, once again, what does this mean for you? This means that you are now a small business owner. Not only do you own a telecommunications company, you also own an energy company as well. Now, early in this presentation, I talked about the importance of timing and positioning in markets and industries that are going to revolutionize the way that we live. Although we missed the birth of all of those other forms of technology, like the computer, long-distance phones, the internet, and things of that nature, now we are able to position ourselves in the next growing trend. And I said it a little bit before, it is the Voice over Internet Protocol. What this allows you to do is save your customers 50% or more on their monthly bill. Now, just to explain a little bit more about what Voice over Internet Protocol is a direct telephone line that you are able to have anywhere there is internet available. That means now you are able to answer the phone through your computer or any other mobile device that you're able to put this application on. The best thing about it is it's free locally, free long distance, and free in up to 75 other countries. Now, it gets even better than that. Do you remember when they made the announcement that everyone had to get that converter box for their cable because all of the cable was going digital? Well, guess what? They're doing the same thing with telephone. 44 million U.S. households will have digital phone service in the year 2013. If you look into new apartment complexes and houses that they're building, they're not even building them with phone jacks because they're preparing themselves for this trend. Now, wouldn't you like to be able to position yourself with the right timing to take advantage? So now what I want you to do is understand what exactly your own business allows you to provide. We have 5 Links Mobile. Have you ever heard of Sprint, Verizon, T-Mobile, Boost Mobile? Yes, we have contracts with all major contract carriers and prepaid phone carriers. We're able to offer Protect America home alarms, the best home security system on the market. They even have this in the White House. So definitely, if it can protect the president's family, don't you think it can protect yours and your customers as well? We provide internet, merchant processing, credit card machines, the lowest rates in the country, satellite television. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Dish Network, DirecTV. Yes, those are also our partners. 5 Links ID Guard. This protects your name, your social security number, your credit cards from fraudulent activity. Text alerts, the newest innovation in mobile promotion. What this allows a business is the opportunity to stay directly in contact with all of their customers. We also have the Data Vault. This allows you to save all of your information, all of your files. We also have services like Business Elite, which is for up-and-coming businesses, and it comes with the text alerts, a geek squad, as well as VIP discounts in every major city. Remember, we spoke about Global Links, digital phones, energy, and now I'm happy to announce the fact that we're expanding into healthcare. So that is very exciting. Now, I don't know about you, but I can pretty much guarantee that everyone would like to save money on their utility bills. And what you have to understand is that you don't have to sell these items because they sell themselves. Everybody is already a part of this company, whether they know it or not. The only thing is, most of them are on the accounts payable side, not the accounts receivable side. So now you have an opportunity to actually get paid residually from paying your own bills and from helping other people save money on their bills as well. Now, I'm pretty sure that by this time, this information is sinking into a lot of y'all's heads, and it's starting to make a lot of sense. And a smart man once told me, one of my mentors, that when things start to make sense, they make dollars. So let me go ahead and jump right into the bread and butter and show you how you get paid. We have a wonderful compensation plan and what we call the Quick Start Bonus. Now, we've created the Quick Start Bonus to ensure your success and to show you what you have the potential of actually making. So what we're going to do is in your first 30 days, if you are able to acquire 20 business points and 2 business partners, you get $750 within your first 30 days. Now, if you don't exactly understand the point system, I'm going to explain it briefly for you. Every service holds a point value. Some are worth 2, some are worth 1, some are worth 3, some are worth 4. But these are the points that you need to acquire. Now, I myself set 10 within my own household. I became my own best customer. I got DirecTV from me. I got internet from me. I fired my own cell phone provider and bought cell phone from me. And before I knew it, I had 10 within my own household. So then what I did is I went to my immediate family and friends, and I showed them how I could save them money on bills that they already pay as well. And before you know it, I was at 20 points. And now every time I pay my bill or one of my family members or my customers pays their bill, I get paid. So now I'm in a position where I get paid to pay my own bills. Now, in order to acquire your Quick Start bonus, you also have to bring on 2 business partners. So you need to expose this opportunity to 2 like-minded individuals who might also want to become financially free, who might also be tired of working a 9-to-5 and barely making ends meet, who might also just want to diversify their income and try to get an additional stream. If you're able to get 2 business partners and 20 points in your first 30 days, you will get $750, all by helping people learn how to save money on utilities that they already pay. From then on, what you want to do is duplicate the same process with your business partners so they can also help other people learn how to do the same thing. I'm pretty sure you see the diagram on the right side of the screen. Some of you may be thinking, whoa, that's one of those pyramid schemes, huh? Well, let me ask you this. What exactly is a pyramid? Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. 9 times out of 10, people can't even tell you what a pyramid is. But to be realistic, everything is built in a pyramid. Except the only difference between ours and the one that you're used to is that the one that you're used to, you have to start at the bottom of the pyramid and work your way up. Employee, shift supervisor, manager, general manager, district manager. With this opportunity, you're in the same diagram except you start at the top and you build your way down. Now there's finally a level playing field and an opportunity for each and every person to engage in the business world and build their own organization or franchise. I know at this day and age, everybody is looking for an opportunity. But keep in mind that your business partners are not in business for you, they're in business for themselves. But it all starts with you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you help these 2 individuals. These 2 individuals go tell 3 people. They go tell 3 more people, which turns into 9. And they go tell 3 more people, which turns into 27. And now you see your organization growing. Now, when I first seen this opportunity, I wasn't too good with numbers, and I know that a lot of you all out there probably aren't that good with numbers as well. So for you, I'm going to explain this a little bit more in depth, okay? We're going to start with a base commission of 50 cents, which may vary, but just to explain the concept, we're going to use this base price of 50 cents an account. Now, you acquire 20 business partners who all set 20 accounts at 50 cents a piece. That is residually, which means every month, $200 that you will be getting paid. Now, keep in mind, you will be getting paid this off of accounts that you didn't actually go out and set yourself. You're being compensated because they were acquired through the network that you built. And the great thing about residual income, ladies and gentlemen, when I first learned the words, it was my favorite phrase. But the great thing about residual income is that it keeps reoccurring. Every month, no matter if you stopped, if you never chose to do this again, you would still be getting paid for the work that you've done continuously, over and over again. Now, for all of you guys who see this opportunity as something amazing and you're a visionary and you see limitless possibilities, I want to try to play with these numbers a little bit. Let's add a 0. Now, those 20 business partners turn into 200. Those 200 business partners makes your residual income turn into $2,000. And keep in mind, this is going to be reoccurring every month because who is not going to pay their light bill? Who is not going to pay their phone bill? Who is not going to pay for their gas? And the greatest thing about this is just going to continuously keep on growing because more people are going to introduce this exciting business opportunity to more people. That way, your organization keeps on growing with or without you. Now, let's just say that you've been working hard to build your business and your organization kept growing. So let's add another number. Let's add another 0 to that 200 and now make it 2,000. That would be $20,000 a month worth of residual income every month for you and your family. Now, there are also ways that you can get paid weekly in this company. You come in, get your 20 points, get your 2 business partners, and immediately you'll be promoted to ET, which stands for Executive Trainer. And then you take a look at ED, all the way up to Platinum Senior Vice President. Once you finally hit ED, now you're making the weekly checks. And you see there are two numbers on the graph, one on the top and one on the bottom. Now, that $60 mark on the top shows what you have the potential of making when you bring a representative into your organization, but it's not directly through you. It's through somebody else who you've brought into the business. Now, the number that is on the bottom of the graph shows what you have the potential of making when you bring someone directly in up under you. And as you can see, there is definitely a lot of money to be made. So just think, at executive director, for every person that you put into the business, personally, you will make $85. And for every individual that comes to your business through another business partner that you have, you will still be compensated at least $65 on top of your commission and your residual income. Now, allow me to go ahead and highlight one of these key positions, because this company, as I said, is a company where the representatives come first. And the hardest working representatives are taken care of, and they're taken care of very, very well. At Senior Vice President, you are awarded with 5,000 shares worth of stock options. Let me remind you that this is still a private company. So imagine what 5,000 shares of stock would be worth to you once this multi-million-dollar company goes public. Also, the company pays for you a BMW. That's right. You get to go right on the BMW site, design and pick out your own BMW any way you want. The only catch is that the BMW has to be gray. Also, you get a Global Links bonus as well. And what this means is you get $3 up front for every rep that comes into your organization. I can't forget about the annual vacation. All expense paid trip paid for by the company. And remember, I said all expense paid. If they catch you trying to spend your own money, they will send you home. So they take care of everything from the trip, travel, lodging, food, nightlife, you name it, it's completely covered. You also get an expense account for when you're traveling around the country, meeting with your business partners. They will completely pay for your travel and lodging as you expand your business. Now, let's say that your business keeps growing and keeps growing, and you get promoted to Platinum Senior Vice President. Then it gets even better. Not only do you get to keep everything that you acquired as a Senior Vice President, now you get an additional 5,000 shares worth of stock options. You got the BMW as an SVP, well, now you get a Bentley, paid for completely by the company. Once again, the only catch is that it has to be gray. As a Platinum Senior Vice President, you're also entered into our Platinum Pool. And basically what the Platinum Pool is a large pool that consists of money that has been collected and set aside through the entire fiscal year and is broke up and distributed evenly between all the Platinum Senior Vice Presidents. And the last national event that I went to, it was roughly $1.7 million. Wow. Now that would be a nice bonus for anybody. Also, all the males get a huge diamond encrusted ring similar to a Super Bowl ring, and the women get a diamond encrusted pendant. Now, this is what it takes to get your business started and off of the ground. Everyone agrees that it does take money to make money. For $99, you can come in as a CR, which is a customer representative. It gives you access to the 5 Links University. It gives you a fully functional, personalized website, as well as the ability to offer energy in our available energy markets. But we've learned over time that red means stop. So I'm just going to stop right there because we really don't need to discuss that anymore. Because when you come in as a CR, you're only able to get commissions off of what you personally sell. For $249, coming in as an IMR, you still get access to the 5 Links University. You still get a fully customizable website, except now you're able to get that quick start bonus, open line bonuses, and also you have the ability to make an override off of everything you build, which is something that you cannot do as a CR. Getting paid off of your organization and everything that you build is a great thing. Because think about this. What if you introduce this business opportunity to someone who is better than you? Someone who is more business savvy than yourself? What if you know a real estate agent, a doctor, a lawyer, who has a network that's larger than yours? Is it okay for us to still get paid off of our network? Is it okay for us to still get paid off of what we've built? Multi-billion-dollar business mogul Bill Gates said it himself. I would rather be paid 1% off of the efforts of 100 people than off of 99% of my own. Because if I ever choose to slow down or stop, 99% of the work is still getting done. So ladies and gentlemen, you've just witnessed this remarkable business opportunity. And now it's time for you to make an executive decision in your life. Is this something that you feel like can be a vehicle or a vessel to take your life into another direction? Can this be the opportunity that you need to break away from the 9-to-5 and actually start experiencing financial freedom? If it is, I want you to get in touch with me as soon as possible, either by email or by phone, or either contact the person who referred you to this video and let them know that you're ready to get started. Because I'm going to leave you with this. There are millions of ways for you to become wealthy in today's society, especially dealing with business. People that sell cars can be millionaires. People who rent out properties and buy stock can be millionaires. But you have to think about this. In order for you to be rich selling cars, you have to find a market. And you have to find people who want cars. In order to be rich in real estate, you have to tap into that market and find people who want homes. When you're dealing with this marvelous company, you don't have to find your target market because everyone uses at least 3 or 4 of these services. The only thing that you have to do is show them how they can save money by getting these services through you. Thank you everybody for listening to this webinar. Once again, my name is Anthony Tong. I'm looking forward to speaking with you. See you guys at the top.